Make sure all y'all get to see this now. This is a good little story. Y'all just bear with me. I'll get it open in a minute. This is little Bruce. I'm going to let everybody see it. This is little Bruce. He lives on the Great Lakes with his mom and dad, and he loves to go down to the harbor and loves to watch these boats come in and out. And he says something I really love to do too. I love boats. And Bruce always wanted to own a boat of his own one day. So his dad said, Bruce, why don't you build yourself a boat? I'll give you all the materials and everything you can use in my shop. And Bruce thought that was a really good idea. So what he did was, he used his own design. He created this boat and he painted it. He put the sails on it. He did everything himself. That's why he loved it so much. Instead of buying one, he actually, made it. So it made him, really love it a whole lot more. So his boat wasn't, big enough for people. So what he had to do was he has a little cord here that he guides it along. So y'all, make sure y'all can see it. And so he, takes it out in the water, and sometimes he would take it out. He would actually go swimming with it, and he would, guide it, like I said, with that little bitty cord, and they were having a ball. And then one day he hears the fire sirens go off, and there's a fire downtown in the city, and that's where everybody took off to, to see what all the commotion was, and the fire. And he forgot about his little toy, and he took off, kind of left that along the seashore, and to go see what was going on. And when he thought about his little boat, he went back along the shore, and he was looking for it, but it wasn't there anymore because the tide kind of carried it out. So, he spent days wandering up and down the shore looking for his boat. He was really sad because he had lost it. And his dad gave him, said, well, why don't you just buy another boat? And he said, well, it's not the same. That's the one he made. He really loved that. So a couple weeks later, Bruce and his dad went downtown, and he saw his boat in the window. And his dad said, how do you know that that's your boat in that store window? And he said, well, I can tell, the way I made it, plus that nick on the front of it, that's where I banged it up against the curb. And his dad said, well, Bruce has a price on it now. The store owner's got it, and it's for sale. And then he went inside, and Bruce told the store owner, he went up crying to him, and he said, this is my boat, I made it. And the store owner said, well, the fisherman brought it in the night of the fire. And, he bought it from the fisherman. And so, the store owner felt really bad. He said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do, Bruce, just so I can get my money back. If you just pay me what I paid the fisherman for it, you can have the boat back. So that's what Bruce did. He paid the store owner with his own money. And, he was real happy about that. And he got his little boat back. And he used his allowance to pay for it, and I didn't mean to turn it into pages. But then after he got his boat back, he was home. He was really crying because he loved this boat, and he had got his boat back. And he told his dad, he said, this boat is really twice owned. He made it himself, and then he lost it, and he had to buy it back for a price. And this is it's the way that we are with the Lord. The Lord made us in His own image and His own design, and then by sin we went astray, and then God had to buy us back with a price through His Son Jesus Christ, through His blood. So we were once made by the Lord, and then we were lost, and then He had to buy us back for a price. So we're kind of like Bruce's little boat. And I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank